Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talking about antibody. This video is just a review. For further details you can check your recommended books. So without any further ado, let's get started. So let's see what are antibodies. As we know that the antibodies are glycoproteins. Where they are found? They are found in blood and are produced by plasma cells because the plasma cells are differentiated form of B lymphocytes, and we also know that the antibodies are produced from B lymphocytes. So when the antigen comes into the body, then the B lymphocyte starts producing the antibodies against these antigen. So here is the definition of antibody. What are antibodies? These are glycoproteins. These are found in blood and these are produced by plasma cells. As we know that the antibodies are the proteins. So in the human body we have 5 major classes of these proteins, and these are IgG, and Ig is abbreviated as immunoglobulins because the antibodies are also known as immunoglobulins. So first we have IgG, second we have IgA, third we have IgM, fourth we have IgE, and in the last or fifth we have IgD antibody. So now we will focus on each one and look at this in a bit more detail. So first we have immunoglobulin G, and from big G you can easily remember mother, and from small g you can easily remember fetus. It means the immunoglobulin G, it transfer from mother to fetus. That's why this immunoglobulin will help in crossing the placenta. It will also help in the secondary immune response. After that, it will also help in the fixation of a complement. Second, we have immunoglobulin M. What is the function of immunoglobulin M? The antibody that made by a newborn. Basically, that is the antibody that is made by a newborn. So, it will also help in the primary immune response. And this antibody will also help in the fixation of a complement. Third, we have immunoglobulin A. And from A, you can see it stop. It means it prevents the attachment of viruses and bacteria to epithelial cells. From A, it's a sign of stop. It means it prevents the attachment of the bacteria and viruses to the epithelial cells. Or it also helps in the secretions like breast milk. In the last we have immunoglobulin E, and from E, that is a flame. So you can easily remember it involves in inflammation and also in allergic reaction. And this antibody will also help in defense against the parasite because this is also associated with the hypersensitivity allergic reactions. We have also another antibody, that is immunoglobulin D. What is the function of immunoglobulin D? It will bind the bacteria and it will also activate the B cell. So here is a bit more detail of all the functions of antibodies. As we know that the antibodies are the proteins in the human body. So some antibodies are maybe effective and some are non-effective. So let's see how they are effective or how they are non-effective. In the human body, we have some virus neutralizing or bacterial neutralizing antibodies. What will they do? It will help in blocking the binding sites. and also coating on a bacteria. So will help in the neutralization. Here we have the virus and it will block the viral binding site. And some antibodies will also coat on a bacteria like this. So after that they will render them non-effective and will help in the neutralization of viruses and the bacteria. In human body, we have also some another bodies that will help in the agglutination of microbes. Like this, we have a bacteria. When a bacteria comes into the body, the antibodies comes in contact and will coat on these bacteria and will form the agglutinants or agglutination. Some antibodies will also help in the precipitation of dissolved antigens. It means when an antigen or a foreign particles comes into contact, then the antibodies will form the precipitate and these are non-soluble. And this neutralization, agglutination and precipitation, these enhance the phagocytosis. In the human body, we have also some antibodies that help in the activation of complement, because when a complement comes, then these antibodies will bind in the presence of specific antigen. Then after that it will causes the lysis of cell. So here we have some antibodies function. It will help in the neutralization, it will also help in the agglutination, it will also help in the precipitation or the activation of complement. We have also some another antibodies in the human body. Some are maybe blocking antibodies, some are maybe lysins or opsonins, and also we have the monoclonal antibodies. In the last we have the structure of an antibody molecule. The simplest antibody molecule is Y-shape and it has two light chain or two heavy chains that are linked together by a disulfide bond. And in each heavy chain or a light chain, we have some regions that are variable regions of both heavy chain or light chain, and we have another region that is constant region of both heavy chain and a light chain. And the constant region, we have three domains that are C1, C2 and C3. C2 domain helps in the complement binding site, and the C3 domain that helps the attachment of the immunoglobulins to the receptor on the neutrophils or macrophages. So now we will focus on each one and look at this in a bit more detail. So first we have the light chains. An antibody molecule that is Y-shape, we have two light chain. These light chain are maybe of two types, kappa or lambda, and these kappa or lambda light chains are on chromosome number 2 or a 22. And second we have the heavy chains. These are two heavy chains. It will determine the isotype of an antibodies, and these are distinct for each immunoglobulin class. For example, in the immunoglobulin G, it's gamma. In immunoglobulin A, it's alpha. In immunoglobulin M, it's mu. In immunoglobulin E, it's epsilon. And in the last, in the D, these are delta. And these light chain or heavy chain have some fragments. These fragments are known as the antibody fragments or the crystallized fragment or the constant fragment. So now we will focus on each one. First, we have the antibody fragment or antigen binding site. It includes the variable or the constant region of the heavy chain or the light chain, because it binds the antigen and it's the variable region and the constant region of the heavy chain or the light chain. It will also help in the virus and the toxin neutralization, because when an antigen comes into the contact, these fragments will bind the antigen molecule and will neutralize them. Second, we have the Fc fragment. It helps in the complement fixation, and these are the remaining heavy chain 3 or 4 constant regions. And in the immunoglobulin G and the immunoglobulin A have 3 constant domains, while the immunoglobulin M and the immunoglobulin E have 4 constant domains. And here I have mentioned that from Ga3, it means immunoglobulin G and immunoglobulin A have 3 constant domains, while the immunoglobulin M and immunoglobulin E have 4 constant domains. So Me4. From this you can easily remember. And here I have also mentioned some another point, as we have already discussed, that is the light chain kappa or lambda on chromosome number 2 or at 22, while the heavy chains for different immunoglobulins are on chromosome number 14. So now we will focus on Fc fragment, or it's also known as the constant fragment or the crystallizable fragment. It's the heavy chain remaining 3 or 4 constant region, 1, 2, 3 or a 4 constant region. It will also help in the transport of immunoglobulin A to the epithelial cell and prevents the attachment of the microbes. It will fuses the molecules of IgA and IgM and will form their multimers. That's why in the human body they are found in multimers forms. It will also help in the transport of the immunoglobulin G from mother to fetus. It will also binds to the host because it's a complement binding site. So as it's a complement binding site, so it will help in the complement fixation. And in the antibody molecule we have some another point and another region, that is the hinge region, that basically binds the complements, and these are hinge region that improves the flexibility when an antigen comes in contact. In this antibody molecule we have also some another terminals that are amino group terminal of the heavy chain or a light chain, and we have also some another terminal that is a carboxyl terminal. What will they do? It will help for the attachment of the cells or the pathogens, and it will also help macrophages also attached to the carboxyl group, because as we have already discussed, the CH3 domain will help in the complement binding site because it has a receptor for the complement binding. So here is all about the structure of an antibody molecule, and in this video we have discussed what are antibodies, some major classes of antibodies, function of antibodies in the human body, and in the last we have discussed the structure of an antibody molecule. If your books are giving you a hard time, so you can join our channel, and please don't forget to subscribe and share. And for my untidy handwritten notes, you can follow me on Instagram. Thank you and take care.